tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yes! Hello, everyone. Hey, Switch to Birth fans. Welcome to the Switch to Birth AfterBuzz After Show. Melina and I are freaking out right now about the new intro. Yay!
That was so rad.
That was fun. Welcome to the Switch to Birth After Show for the summer finale. And Life Begins Right Away, which is a silly title for this episode.
It is.
I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. With me, as always, Melina Alves. And we are ready to talk about the weirdest summer finale.
I agree.
It's graduation. Someone is going to prison. Someone's back from Hawaii. And we will be announcing the giveaway winner at the end of the podcast. So tune in. Stay put.
Did you notice we didn't do music today?
There's no music today.
There's no music today.
I think it's because we're sad.
Oh.
Not as sad as that really depressing after show after
I need to go back
died.
and watch that because we were in a mood.
Yeah, we were in a mood.
We were really sad.
But today we're in a better mood.
Yay!
A different mood.
A happy mood.
Speaking of weirdo moods, let's talk real quick about Toby and Miss Summers, who clarify their relationship status.
Yes.
They're friends who bonk.
Who bonk.
They fight and bonk.
Is that a really bad word in the British?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a childish word in every way.
Oh, really? Okay, I've never heard it used that way. Bonking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
So,
you know,
Yael.
bonk. We're
What are you
not going to
doing?
bonk. Calm down. Melina, this will never work out.
Oh, tell me why.
It would totally work out. We would bonk and it would be beautiful. But so they're friends who bonk.
Yes.
They fight and bonk,
Yes.
not necessarily in that order.
No.
So we talked about this a little bit before.
Yes.
You're not a fan of this relationship,
I'm not.
and you're not a fan of Miss Summers.
I'm not.
Why is that? Tell them.
I feel bad because I know there's people listening that are, right?
I am.
Right.
This lady right here.
So I'm sorry.
You
but,
should be.
In a visual manner, I don't think they make the cutest couple. I think Toby looks like a really young guy with stuff on his face to make him look older.
Yes.
And it just doesn't come out right. And the relationship they're trying to sell is kind of a older relationship, right? Like what you would air quotes.
More mature, air quotes.
Mature, because, you know, society assumes that that's what it looks like, right? You just bonk here and there. And I'm like, Toby looks really young. Like, I'm not buying.
He's too young to bonk?
No, he's too young to play that role of the older guy who just bonks on the side.
I really like that we keep using bonk.
Yeah, bonk, bonk.
Yeah, silly.
And I feel like we're saying something just awful. Like, there's somebody from the UK listening right now, and they're like, my ears!
No.
Because we're saying bonk.
No, I know all those words, and that's not
you
it.
do?
I hang out with dirty British people.
I love British folk.
Yeah.
I love you, British folk.
We all love British folk here.
I think we do. That's why I'm not like the biggest fan of the relationship. I don't see like the chemistry that we see on camera, like with Bay and Emmett.
What a shocker.
Because I love them.
I like this relationship.
Yes.
I like Miss Summers. I think she's adorable. She also has a banging body.
I knew you were going to say that.
Which we saw her for like a moment in a bra and panties, and she has a banging body.
That's what I need to go back to that because I haven't.
Yeah, no, banging
Really?
body.
Because she hides it so well.
I know.
I mean, she doesn't look bad. I mean, she just doesn't look
banging.
right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Bonking.
Yeah.
She has a bonking body. Anyway.
I agree that Toby looks young with stuff on his face, which we were discussing that maybe that is to make him look older.
It is, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
Because Miss
work.
Summers she doesn't look old by no means. But
She looks like she's in her late 20s.
Okay.
Or older.
She looks like an adult.
Wait, how old do you think she looks?
I would pin her like in the 33, 34 range.
Okay.
I know some 33, 34-year-olds that look like her, so
Okay.
I would put her there. Where Toby looks like he's in the 17, 18 range.
Yeah.
And, he's got his own place, and he's playing like the older character, and
Well,
I'm
he's
just
divorced.
not buying it.
He's divorced. And in this episode, we find out that Nikki wants an
Okay.
annulment. Wait, before you complain,
Okay.
I just want to say, Miss Summers asks him why Nikki wants an annulment. And he says that he believes it's because of the religious thing.
Right.
He has zero confirmation on that. He goes, I don't know, she's pretty religious, I think.
Right.
So now go.
Okay.
Melina, talk about it.
Here's my thoughts, okay, for those who are listening, and mainly you. So I understand him saying, like, she's pretty religious because divorce is frowned upon, right?
Yeah.
And in the religious community. And I think that just goes with most religions, that divorce is just, whatever. So I understand him saying that. However, you cannot legally get an annulment when you've been married, one, as long as they have, and they've had sexual relations. They've bonked.
They've had marital relations.
You cannot bonk to get an annulment.
And get an annulment.
You can get an annulment because you were under the influence. You were not in your right mind at the time that you got married. But even then, it's within a very short amount of time, and you cannot have bonked.
Marital relations.
Oh, you're saying marital relations. I like that, marital relations.
That's
so
what
it
they
made
had.
me angry, but then, later in the episode, we see other parts where we get angry, so I'm excited to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So, in the eyes of the law, this would not work.
I just want to clarify real quick, especially with this episode, that we will both be claiming a lot of legal things. Neither of us are lawyers.
No.
Neither of us have gone to law school.
No.
We just happen to know a lot about annulments.
Yes.
And I know a bit about criminal proceedings as someone who studied criminal justice and watches ridiculous amounts of SVU, but also studied criminal justice. It's not just based on TV.
Yes. So it's a good combination because they both cover those two things, because when it comes to the law, this is really the only thing I know about. Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
same. So I just want to clarify before we start getting into all of our legal
We should start a new show, The Law According to Yael and Melina.
Yeah, because that's a great idea.
Who would listen?
So
Come on.
I want to jump into Bemet. So Bae reveals her plan to her parents that she is moving to LA. And I love when she's like, I'm moving to LA. And John is like, nope.
You're not.
And Catherine is like, well, you're not. Like, we're not paying for it. And they say to her, come to us with a realistic plan.
Yes.
And she does. I'm so impressed that she made up a realistic plan. She found herself a job. It may not be a good job, but she found a job. Yes. She has a plan to take classes. She found an apartment. Emmett is going to sell the motorcycle so they can pay for a car to share, because they know that LA, you can't really live here without a car.
Can't do it.
So they have a plan, which bothers me that she didn't think to do that first. Because, like, you're coming to your parents who don't approve of anything you do. You might as well show up prepared. Like, you've lived with them your whole life. These are the parents you've lived with. You know how they're going to react. Show up with a plan. I always present a plan to my parents.
Yes.
Because once I have a plan, they ignore me and they go, whatever, you already thought this through.
Right. I think most parents would have that reaction.
Yeah. Like, clearly you've thought it through.
Yeah. I don't have to lecture
say.
you on thinking it through, because, okay, you thought it through. You may have missed this one little aspect, but you thought it through. I thought it was just typical spoiled Bae. Like, hey, Mom, I want this. And they're like, okay. And it didn't happen that way today.
I love the way she said, like, I mean, if you're thinking of what to get me for graduation.
Stop right there.
I expected her to say, hey, remember my college fund?
Yeah.
Like, where's that going? That's what I thought. Toby's college fund.
Right.
Like, they have 2 college funds now that are not being used.
I know.
Well, 3.
Technically.
At the beginning of the episode, it seems like they have 3 college funds that aren't being used.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money just laying around.
Yeah, which could go to Bae being dumb. I mean, moving to LA with the man she loves.
Yeah.
So of course, she does some research. She starts making her plan, and she realizes that she needs about $5,000 to start.
Sounds about right.
I think it sounds low.
Yeah.
It sounds incredibly low.
Yeah.
But okay. So they go to Regina.
Yes.
And ask for inheritance from Angelo.
Right. Which I would assume that Regina maybe was holding that for like a wedding or a grandchild or not college, because we all know.
Right. She has a college fund.
Yeah, because of the college fund. Right. So, but at the same time, I agree, because it's technically it's her money.
Yeah.
Right. Technically. Do I agree about spending that money on moving to LA, which you might not regret in a couple months? Have that money gone within the first month that you're here.
Right, because the money was to pay for the apartment.
And that money has so much meaning. It's not just money. It's Angelo's inheritance, which I don't know how much that is, because I thought he didn't have any money.
No, they ended up getting the $1 million insurance.
Oh.
And part of that went to pay for the school, and part of that went to Daphne, and part of it went to pay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume that's the money she's talking about.
Well, she only needs like
$5,000, she said.
a 16th of it.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't need that much money from it. So I guess that's okay.
It just makes, my problem is that she went to her parents who said no for money,
Right.
so she went to her other parent.
I know.
To get money.
Because that's what Bae does. She doesn't think in the lines of, well, let me get a job real quick now.
Yeah, let me earn the money,
Right, and
and
let
then
me
we'll
earn
move.
some money.
Because school doesn't start now.
No, they have the
It's
whole entire summer.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you've brought it up that way, I don't agree at all with what she did.
Yeah.
Because she, again, found the easy way out. Spoiled little brat.
Way to judge Bae.
I do. I judge her every day because she has my Emmett.
Yeah. So she brings her plan to John, who is baffled, which I love.
Yeah.
And Catherine then, because it answers the question we'd been wondering a while, is when is she going to tell her parents about this aneurysm? And I was really worried that we weren't even going to touch it, and it was done. That was it. But of course, there's doctor bill, because, Bae doesn't pay her own doctor bills. She may be able to make her own appointments, but she doesn't pay her own bills.
Right, yeah. Very.
So she reveals that she has the disposition for an aneurysm, and that she's going to be fine, and she's going to keep getting tested, and she didn't want to tell them because she didn't want them to worry, which no one has brought up Abby. Like, are we not going to tell baby Abby?
No.
She needs to get tested for the rest of her life?
No.
And so, of course, they're like,
what will
hey.
happen to baby Abby from this moment on? I highly doubt we will see her very often.
Well, I mean, after Angelo's death, we saw that Catherine.
We saw that.
I wonder if, not to jump ahead, you know what? I'm going to hold on to it.
For predictions?
Remember, hold on to it for me.
Crap, I'm going to make a note.
Make a note. Okay. So the parents, John and Catherine, are like, hey, Bae, you didn't tell us.
How was that?
Hey, Bae, you didn't tell us that, you may have an aneurysm and you might die. That's very childish. Therefore, we're not allowing you to go to LA. And she points out again that she is an adult and can do what she wants.
I can do what I want.
I'm an adult. I do what I want.
Very mature thing to say, Bae. Very
Good
mature.
job, Bae. Real quick, I want to take this opportunity while we're making jokes about Bae before we get into the serious stuff, to talk a little bit about iTunes.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for watching us all half season. This has been an amazing half season, and it wouldn't have been amazing without all of you, our fans, our listeners, all of our wonderful people. I'm talking to the camera.
I know. I think it's cute.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening and downloading and streaming and watching and all of that stuff. We really appreciate it. We, as you know, love this show, argue about Bemet and everyone else, everything, teach you about law and sex ed. It's an educational podcast. And what we ask of you is one very simple thing. Go on to iTunes, rate and review the show. If you like our show, which we hope you do because you're here, give us a 5-star rating. And if you don't like our show because, you're about to turn us off, give us a 4-star rating. But leave us a note in the comments. Let us know what we're doing well, what we're doing poorly, what we could improve on. We take those notes to heart. We do. And we will converse with you on YouTube. So join us on YouTube for the conversation. And the way that this actually helps us is that we then work on getting guests. And I can tell you that a guest or two, they're down the pipeline. Yeah. So we're really excited. You should be too. Keep rating and reviewing. Thanks. Let's get back to the episode. Let's get to Wes, who shows up all like Hawaiian. Yeah, just like that. That's how he shows up. I'm all Hawaiian with his blue shirt, which he looks great in.
Blue is his color. Why have we not seen this on him?
And
it's that bright, like that light right behind you.
Yeah.
That bright blue.
Yeah, no. It's a great color. And he's wearing his flip-flops, and he's all relaxed.
Just chill, baby, chill.
Exactly. Yeah. And Daphne, Regina is like, what? Tell me about what you're going to do with Daphne. And he's like, I'm not going to tell on her, man.
No.
I was in Hawaii. It's beautiful. And then they go in for a kiss.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we had talked about in the previous episodes things Regina could do to get Daphne out of trouble.
Yes.
Things she could do
to Wes.
With
Wes.
Also.
On Wes.
Yeah.
Under Wes. Okay.
Above and below. In any fashion. To help Daphne.
Yes.
And she doesn't do it.
No.
And then he kisses her. And of course, her first thought is, wait a second.
I am not that type of woman.
Yeah.
If you think for one moment.
And he, of course, interrupts, is like, what? No, of course not.
God, no.
I'm surprised he didn't get offended.
He didn't. Not like Wes at all.
I know, right? So if anyone else has been keeping track of this relationship, either Wes is mad at Regina or Regina's mad at Wes. And
at all times.
Yeah. Like there's maybe a minute where neither are mad at each other.
For like a second.
Yeah. But it quickly changes.
Yeah.
So we're at them, the kiss is them being happy. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Regina's like, wait a second. I'm mad at you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Silly Wes.
Silly.
I can't. That relationship sounds so unhealthy.
You know, it does. Mm-hmm. It does.
Yes. But.
However.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be because they're both very driven adults.
Mm-hmm. Very stubborn.
They're very stubborn about the big things. Not so much about the little things. I don't really see that. But I could see them having a very good partnership in business and a good partnership in their relationship. I think it could work if they both like opened up a little bit. Because right now, all we've seen of Wes and Regina is like Stonewall. Because she hates him and he, oh, good.
I think the problem with them having a business or a personal relationship is that their morals are different, as we saw with the Chip Kodo thing, where Regina's like, no, we can't because of Chip Kodo, whatever. And then Wes, his morals are changing because
there you go.
Right. But at first she's like, no, he's a bad guy. And Wes is like, that's how business is done. Yeah. And East Riverside, she was like, hey, I'm, misleading these people. I was going to say swear words. I'm misleading these people out of their money. And Wes was like, that's how business is done. Their morals are very different in terms of business.
Yes.
And yes, he's evolving and changing.
He is.
But it reminds me of Tank, who was evolving and changing for Bay.
I don't think he's evolving and changing for Regina. I don't.
You think she's just opening his eyes?
I think she has opened his eyes. I think Hawaii opened his eyes to just the beauty of life and the ocean being one with the earth.
Mai Tais.
Mai Tais, they're delicious. Yeah. So I think that's where I think. Mm-hmm. And because of the eye openage, he is now able to see that he has feelings for Regina. Right. Where before he wouldn't have been able to see that because her morals were completely different. Mm-hmm. And they were completely different people. And now he can appreciate this older woman as a lover.
Their relationship, she looks, not that she looks old, but she looks so much older than him.
She's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, she's
on her own.
Yeah.
I love her Instagram. It's amazing. She posts like selfies that are just horrible selfies, and I love that about her.
So hot.
She's like, here's a picture of me. But she's gorgeous, and even for her age, she looks way younger than she does.
Yeah.
But Wes just happens to look like he's 27, 28. Like, he can't get
like
past
they
that.
put stuff on his face to make him look older.
I know. Which looks okay because it's not just
he looks like a man.
He doesn't look like a pedophile.
Whoa.
Sorry. He looks pretty gross.
Yeah. We're talking about Toby for those who didn't catch that.
No, we don't like him.
Anyway, so we like him.
We don't like the stuff on his face.
Yeah, we don't like the stuff on his face. Wes eventually later on in the episode, invites Regina to go with him to Hawaii. Yeah.
Which we've watched this twice.
Yes.
You guys. We watched it last night when it aired, and then we watched it today right before this show.
Yeah.
And the first time I watched it, I may have missed a beat, and I thought he was just inviting her for like a vacation to Hawaii.
No.
Where it was just like freaks getting it on type of thing.
They're going to go because he's got a business going on there. He's leaving the East Riverside Project because all the signs are against it.
Right.
And so he's going to
I love
Hawaii.
that.
He wants to give her own place, which totally reminded me of the end of Pretty Woman.
Yes.
When he's like, I'll set you up, baby. Like, because that's what every girl wants to hear.
Yeah, well, it's kind of nice
Yeah.
when you don't have to worry about money.
Yeah.
But it just goes to confirm my whole thought of them having a good business partnership, and especially now that he is changing.
Yeah.
And I think if he goes back to Hawaii, he'll continue to change. Yeah, there's still going to be corruption in business, and they'll still not see so much eye to eye because he's more of the bottom dollar and she's more of the heart. So, but that's a great balance.
Yes.
And they'll make cute babies together.
Okay. So, speaking of her babies, let's get on to Daphne. So, Wes is keeping Daphne's secret, and we think everyone's great. But, of course, the police show up to arrest Daphne.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah. So, okay. Here's what's happening. Daphne is going to definitely face prison time.
Yeah.
There's no way out of her going to prison.
No matter what you do.
Okay. So
Can we pause? Can we hit the pause button?
yeah. So Nacho is in the wind. We don't know what happened to him, which is kind of great for Daphne in terms of this case, because there's no one to confirm that it was her. There is absolutely no way to corroborate what's happening. The evidence that they found is a fingerprint. They found Daphne's fingerprint at the site where her mother's job was. There is so much reasonable doubt. It's a fingerprint that is circumstantial evidence that will not hold up in court. There is no way that,
round of applause.
There's no way
so
she
proud.
would go to prison for this.
Right.
And then, I'm jumping way ahead because it needs to be said now. At the end of the episode, when Bay comes and gives them an alternate story, right then and there, they caused reasonable doubt on both cases, on both Daphne being there to do the crime and Bay there to do the crime because they think Daphne did it, but they're saying that Bay did it. Thus, they just threw the case out the window. Both of them should be able to get away with whatever happened.
Right.
Because there's no way a jury will convict this.
Right, because all it takes for those listening is just
a shadow of a doubt.
That's it. Just a possibility that
yeah.
That's it. That's all they need. And so the fact that, like you said, it's her mother's job site.
Yeah.
So Daphne could have been there for if they had a good attorney, that's where they would have gone with that.
In this episode, we find that not only is there not a single good attorney that they know, these wealthy families that are in politics don't know a single quality attorney. The attorney that they have tells them that no matter what, she's going to prison. Yeah. So frustrating. Anyone who knows a tiny bit about the law should have watched this and been like, what the F?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the boink?
Yes. What the boink indeed. So my notes are really, they're anger. They're like all
like in
caps.
red.
Yeah. Really upset. Things circled. Circumstantial. So Daphne decides to take the plea.
It becomes silly from this moment on.
Yeah.
It
so
just does.
Daphne decides to take the plea and has to work on the graduation speech because she was asked to speak.
Yes.
And as we know, Carlton is closing for good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they saved it for one more year. Yeah. And that makes sense. It does. It makes sense that the budget cuts have caught up and that everything's closing. It doesn't make sense that on the last day they randomly hear about it. It should have been something that's been announced or like that people would know. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But Melody asks Daphne to stay and help with the program. And of course, what does Daphne say? I want to get out of town. Like, I need a new start.
Which I agree.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Because not only is all of this drama in her life and this spiral that she's created for herself, all of it's in one place. She needs to go somewhere else.
She does.
And so we get to graduation. Let's talk about graduation.
Okay.
Daphne's speech was beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I cried.
I did too.
Yeah, I definitely sobbed, which is why the second time we had to fast forward.
We did.
Because I don't want to cry again. And then, so Mary Beth, who, this is what we've decided.
Yes.
Because she's in college, her school ended earlier, and that's why she could just hang out at Carlton on the last day.
For whatever reason, that didn't click with me until today.
Because she was just there.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait.
She doesn't go to that school.
What's happening here?
She doesn't even go here.
She didn't even go here.
Sorry, Mean Girls reference.
I love Mean Girls.
So Mary Beth asks Travis, now you're thinking about Mean Girls.
I'm sorry. She's like, what did she say? But I like how, whatever she said. I like how it makes me feel. Or I like sharing my emotions or something.
Anyway.
Oh, Mean Girls. Okay.
So Mary Beth asks Travis if he's going to invite his family.
Yes.
And Mary Beth, do you not remember like 3 episodes ago where you promised to stop asking about his family?
Yeah.
Like, shut your mouth, Mary Beth.
Just stop right now.
I love you. Shut your mouth.
Her perky little mouth.
Yeah. Everyone knows I love Mary Beth.
Yes, she's your fave.
She is my faves. So at graduation, of course, Travis's mom shows up.
I know.
I thought Emmett invited her.
Oh, Emmett?
Because in that scene, Emmett's the only one there with Mary Beth.
Oh.
There was no way that Mary Beth was going to invite her.
Yeah.
I thought Emmett invited her.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
But she shows up, and apparently Mary Beth didn't invite her.
Nope.
Obviously, because she's learned to shut up. And his mom signs.
Yeah, she does.
Huge. Huge. The whole premise of Travis coming into the show was that his family was the opposite of Daphne's.
Right.
Which was, I remember hearing the announcement of this character way back when and thinking it was just like a 2-episode thing. And look how long he stayed.
Aww.
Yeah.
We'll see what's in his future.
Well, I think he's got a big future, but we'll get there.
Okay.
So, beautiful speech. Travis's mom. Melody and Travis's mom meet. Travis's mom, Karen. And she meets Mary Beth. And she has a sign-a-day app.
I know.
So adorable.
So adorbs.
And everyone is so proud. And Cherie and Natalie decide to do Stand By Me.
Yeah. Of all songs.
Is that a graduation song?
No.
Is that a...
I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't either. That's like a retirement home. Like she's just standing there singing.
It's like a wedding song.
Yeah, wedding too. Yeah.
I could see it as a wedding.
I could see that. Like back in the 80s as a wedding
yeah.
song. Actually, I think it's the 90s when this song came out.
No, it's way older. But
is it? Okay.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
It was just weird, that whole situation.
Yeah.
But Daphne decides that she's going to turn herself in. She's done. She needs to deal with what she's done.
That's right.
And of course,
there's no way out at this point.
Yeah. And Bae, who looks amazing.
Yes.
In that dress. It was a little short. A little on the short side. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we saw everything.
Everything.
But it was a hot dress.
Oh, she looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the necklace?
And the necklace framed the...
Yeah, I want that
wonderful.
Necklace. Beautiful.
Yeah. Amazing.
I know.
And in her gown, there was a picture of Angelo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so sad.
It was. And it was a pretty moment. Regina played that part very well. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty moment, yeah. To have him there. Because, his memory will live on, I hope.
Because he would be so proud of them.
He would be so proud of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see that later on, John and Catherine are at home, and they're crying.
John's crying, which is
the sexiest thing ever. I'm
so
sorry.
Funny.
John crying.
Your crush.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Yes.
Sorry.
So John's crying.
Yeah, he is. And of course, Daphne's on her way to the police station, and Bae jumps in. And they go to the station, and let's talk about this scene where they're offered a lawyer, and they say no.
Apparently.
They're offered an interpreter, and they say no.
Yep.
And Bae comes up with the genius idea to take the fall.
Yeah.
And we're going to put aside all the legal stuff for a second.
Yes.
I think it was very brave, courageous, and smart.
Wow. I thought it was very immature, slightly selfish, and dumb.
Okay. Immature, I will agree.
You will?
Yeah, I mean, it was immature, but it was brave.
Yeah.
Because I think what she realized, because right before they go, they start the graduation ceremony, they have this talk about how Daphne will be a convicted felon. She will not be able to go to medical school. And she has effed her whole life.
Yeah.
That is correct. Effed her entire life.
Because on the show, she's going to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So if she goes to prison,
right,
she has effed her life.
Right.
And we knew that she was being dumb because of the coke.
Yeah.
And then the vandalism and then Nacho.
Yes. It's just
so obnoxious.
One fall after the next.
So, and when she stole the drugs, sorry, so frustrated.
We forgot about that too.
Yeah. So you're getting fired from the class. Sorry, guys. I'm just so frustrated with Daphne's behavior.
Yeah.
So Bae realizes that she has, it sounds so terrible, she kind of has no future at this point. She doesn't know what she wants. She's not going to do hard time. She has no previous record, even though she admits to vandalism.
Yeah. That was smart, Bae. Yeah. Real smart.
Why? Sorry. Yeah. They should just watch at least an episode of Law and Order and they would know.
They would know.
Just even this much.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I think it was brave and courageous, and it was smart in terms of Daphne now has her whole life ahead of her. And Bae got street cred, which was, I think, the greatest line of the night.
It really, and she delivered it very well.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was immature.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I think it was selfish in the hand that she didn't really consider the other people involved, like Emmett, who she's supposed to be moving to LA with, didn't even discuss this with him, which if she's trying to make such a big decision like moving to LA to be with her boyfriend, I think it's time to start running things by each other, maybe a little bit.
It was an impulsive decision.
It was a selfish, impulsive decision.
Continue.
And then another thing that I didn't like was yeah, I mean, she needs to think about her parents and all this because who is going to bail her out? Who is going to pay for her attorney fees? Who's going to pay for all this stuff that they've already been paying for Daphne? Now they're going to have to pay it with Bae. And I thought it was dumb because I don't agree that Bae doesn't have a future. She should wake up one day and realize that she does have a future. And hopefully it involved going to school at some point to earn some skills. I mean, I believe in her art. I think it's gorgeous, but where is that going to...
But she doesn't have the dream to be a doctor or a lawyer or some sort of profession that a felony charge would ruin her life.
But guess what, Yael? Guess what? You make a crime, you gotta pay it. Like, that's how it is. Or you do the crime, you gotta pay the... Wait, how does that saying go?
Do the crime, do the time.
There you go. You got it. And I'm sorry, Daphne, but you acted like a fool and you made some bad decisions knowingly. It would have been different, again.
If she was on coke when she did it?
Right. But she wasn't. Yeah. She was well aware of what she was doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to have to do 3 months. I mean, whatever. I think it's just ridiculous.
It would have ruined her life.
It would have ruined her life for the moment. She would have bounced back. She could have done something else with her life. I don't think that Daphne is the world's most gifted doctor. I don't know. I just don't really see that. I see she could have done numerous other things. There's many. It doesn't always have to end with a happy ending. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes.
I think you make a lot of good points.
Yes.
I think she could have gone. Too. She could have gone back to cooking.
She could have.
She does love to cook.
Absolutely. The chick who won Hell's Kitchen, who got like in trouble for doing coke, she just opened up her own restaurant. So
yeah, you could be a felon.
You can be a felon.
I think we've covered the whole episode.
Okay.
Is there something you want to talk about?
Well, there's a question I have for you.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Did you notice that not much was said about Travis's future?
Yes. I think it's because he's going to the school.
Oh.
He's going to Melody School.
That's the only reason? Okay.
Yeah. He's going to Melody School. What else is there to talk about?
Well, I don't know. Like, what he wants to be when he grows up.
He doesn't know yet. He wants to go to Melody School and figure it out.
All right.
I think we've covered everything, and I think it's time we get into...
That's my drum roll. For
the giveaway. We have a giveaway that we've been doing all season, guys. One lucky winner will be getting the ABC Family Summer TV show fan, the Sign the Alphabet Switched at Birth signed the alphabet cards, and Catherine's book, which I still haven't read. It's Catherine's book. And the lucky winner, pending some investigation, but probably. Yeah. The lucky winner is, oh my God, I'm so excited. It's Instagram user Bemit_fanfiction. So excited. And for our second and third place winners, who are, I'm going to tell you exactly who you are. Oh my goodness, 1 second. The second and third place winners are
second place
ABC. Wait, it's loading. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Second, third place winner. Second place is switched_at_birth_ABC.
Woo!
And third place winner is SABFan97_.
Woo!
Second and third place winners, their prize is that we will both follow them on Twitter. That is what we're giving you guys. Yay!
And they're like, this is great. We get to continue our friendship on social media.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic.
And we are big retweeters. So we're really excited. We should get real quick into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
In the promo, we see that the next episode is the Christmas episode, and I think it's supposed to be kind of It's a Wonderful Life themed. I'm guessing. I've never seen that movie. I don't celebrate Christmas.
But you still need to see the movie. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas. So the story of the Christmas episode is the switch never happened, yet they're still all friends.
Yeah.
Who knows how it'll happen? What are your predictions for the Christmas episode or next season?
Okay, because the Christmas...
I feel like it's a waste of an episode.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it looks fun.
Oh, yay! Regina and Catherine would have never been friends. Regina would have murdered Catherine before she ever became friends with her, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because they're not in the same class. But yet, they come out of a car, Regina and Bae, looking pretty posh. Bae looks like she went to a private school, which would have never happened. She would have gone to the public school in the unfortunate poor neighborhood that they lived in. And I mean, I don't know. And where was Angelo? Apparently, if the switch never would have happened, he would have stayed with Regina, married, because that was the reason.
Right. Any predictions?
Yeah, that nobody's going to watch that episode.
We're all going to watch that episode.
Okay, yeah,
and we're going to do the after show.
So moving on, I think... I don't think Bae is going to go to jail. I think it would be amazing if Switched at Birth woke up to the fact that they completely butchered the law system in this episode, and then for the next season, it comes out that there is reasonable doubt. And if that doesn't happen, she's still not going to go to prison. But I think it'll cause a rift between her and Emmett, because she can't be making crazy decisions like this without him. And as far as Daphne goes, I don't know.
Okay, I agree. I think that we're going to wake up to the lawsuit, but neither of them are going to go to prison because they can't prove anything at this point.
I did it!
Yeah, anybody could jump in at this point. I think that, what was I supposed to remember?
Oh!
You wrote it down, right?
Oh my gosh, did I save it though?
I hope you wrote it down. While you do that, I think that...
oh my gosh, it was in a text to you. Hold on.
Great.
Yeah.
I think that they are both going to be stuck in at the school that Melody. You don't have it. Okay, great.
It's not saying drafts.
Great.
It just says yay parking.
So I think that Emmett is going to go off to USC. I think Travis is going to continue to go to... I think all of them are really going to go to Melody School. I think that's the plan, is that they're all going to be stuck in the town going to Melody School. Maybe maybe Emmett won't go to USC. He'll stay.
What's it about Travis's future? And you're like, yes, it was Travis. You're like, yes, because I was like, oh, wait, no, Carlton was shutting down. And I'm like, and then you're like, but I foresee something, something, something.
Great.
It's all coming back slowly.
I think they're all going to end up at Melody's school. That's what I think it is.
No, that's not what you were going to say.
That is totally what I was going to say.
And I said, I don't really see, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, I see what they're going to do. What I see them, oh my gosh, somebody help me, somebody.
On that note, I think that's what we're going to call it.
Oh, come on, you got to remember remember.
Melina.
Okay, I think you should sign off in sign language for our yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you should tell the people where they can find you online.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Melina TV.
Great. And you can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. And on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And we will see you in December for the Christmas episode.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.